Special event alert.
I'm late because I was standing in line to buy fireworks, which are legal in Florida, which is excuse number 182 for being late for changeover, your weekly space news and variety show. I'm your host, Marty Smith, and I'm joined by Mr. History, Eric Perrott.
What's up, Marty? Hey, man, I've been down the buy fireworks tent, and then they go, oh, well, you know, you can buy it here, but they're illegal everywhere. You can't shoot them.
It's not real fireworks. You have to go up to Wyoming for that.
You got a sparkler.
Oh, yeah. Or the worms, right?
Yeah.
We're here to bring you the latest headlines and updates pertinent to all Americans and our armed forces family. So take your seats, get informed, and have a laugh because...
From the Rockies to the Space Coast, Late for Changeover is here with the guys to shake the skies.
I feel good. Shaking the skies.
I was going to try to do this, and then I realized what that looked like the rockets going off. But then I was like, oh, that's no good.
I like your shirt tonight, man. We're very patriotic.
Yes. Show your blue line. Show your thin blue line there.
Thin blue line for the cops.
There it is. Nice. Very good. We will draw on that cop experience later, right, in one of our stories. So, but before we get started, did you follow any of the Supreme Court stuff over the last couple of days?
I did. Big time.
Live, man. Good.
You know, just my opinion, and I'll just give you my 2 cents. I agree with the birthright citizenship. I also I do. I also understand the problems it can create, though. I also agree with no trans in women's sports.
Sure. That seemed to be as no-brainer as the birthright citizenship, to be honest with you. As a no-brainer as the mail-in voting, right? Yeah. All those things, the common sense would say, yeah, we don't want any of those, right?
But there are so many who have lost common sense.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, it doesn't bode well. It was very disheartening. Actually.
It was.
You know, it was like, how can we open this up to, you could count forever now. You can just count forever ballots. All you gotta do is make it a foot over the line, give birth, and you got an American going, baby. So it's like, wow.
Like I said, I can see the creation of the issues that come from it. I get that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But the way, for me, the interpretation of the Constitution and that amendment, you're born here, you're a citizen.
I don't know. I mean, because I've heard some different takes on that amendment and why it was written.
Interpretation, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. It's all interpretation.
Absolutely, I get that.
But it should be interpreted in today's law. And sometimes I'm in favor of that. And I don't know it. I don't know if it's like the traditionalist view, the narrow view, the wide view. You know, however you look at the Constitution.
Sure,
but sometimes, you know, they write stuff for the time and then they got to interpret it. Are you hardcore, bottom line, this is what they wrote, this is how we're interpreting it? Or are you saying, oh, that was for that time, this is what it means in this time? You know, and I've seen that plus and minuses both ways, right?
I agree. But to change the Constitution takes an act of God, for Christ's sakes.
Well, even to add an amendment, right?
That's what I mean. To change those things.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. It just seems I can't imagine that. You know, as soon as I say, "Oh, you got to interpret the Constitution for the here and now," right? But as soon as I say that, then they'll be like, "Oh, what about this decision?" You know, I was like, "Oh yeah, you got me on that. Oh, you got me on that." You know, so.
Well, that's why I said I understand the issues that birthright citizenship can create. I do.
Yeah.
You know, you have a migrant family that steps over, puts their newborn baby on the ground, or lays the mother down and has the baby there.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Citizen.
Well, you could go back and you can say, hey, they are earnestly, maybe they're waiting to get citizenship. It doesn't necessarily mean they're illegals. It
Right.
means they've
Right.
applied for it and they have that can take years, as we know.
Yeah.
And then
You
they
are
have a
correct.
baby in there. All right. But still, there's no other country that I could take my pregnant wife in, have a baby in, and now I'm German. It's like
No.
Germans will be like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you are not. So,
Right.
and neither is your kid. So,
Sure.
why? I don't know. I like I said, I've heard many interpretations. If I knew that stuff, I'd have a job somewhere.
You'd be in the
I don't
Supreme
know
Court.
that stuff.
But here's the thing, too. How much has it impacted us over the past 200 years?
It's hard to say, right?
Right.
Hard to
Well,
say.
I know, but you and I certainly haven't felt too much impact.
Well, no, but now that it's like, yes, you can do that. It was always anchor babies, right? That's the term I knew. It was, oh, let's go on America and have anchor babies. But now, and that was always kind of under like, can we or can't we? It was like, well, just do it. They're saying they're not saying that you can't. Well, now they have said, yes, you can come and have a baby here. And it's like, whoa.
Well, and maybe with immigration reform, that will help get that immigration reform cranked up so they can solve some of those issues with birthright citizenship.
And it just goes to show that, we wring our hands when they're like, oh, Republicans have the presidency, the House and the Senate. Oh my God, they're going to run. They haven't done shit.
No,
they passed a big, beautiful bill. That was it. That took a year, right? Yeah. So pass the SAVE Act. Can't get the SAVE Act passed. Can't get any of that stuff passed.
Well, he did reduce the cost of some pharmaceuticals, right?
Well, what I mean is, though, it's like Democrats had the same thing. Yeah, now, they rammed through Obamacare when they did it, right? So,
and you're going to see it change again. I have no doubt that Trump's administration will be over it.
The way our government is designed to be at a snail's pace is when everybody wrings their hands and goes, "Oh my God, the Republicans got control of everything. They're going to pass everything." It's like, no, they don't. No.
They don't.
And when the Democrats are like, "We've got to pack the Supreme Court because look how many conservatives on it," it's like, no, you don't.
No,
because
you can't solve shit.
We've got some wishy-washies on there that kind of step in the right and they step in the left. And, it's, I guess it's working as it was designed to do. So
sure. Well, that Trump certainly didn't expect his Supreme Court to fight him on tariffs.
Right.
Certainly didn't fight him on the birthright citizenship. So, come on, man.
So it all kind of just levels, there's no need to be all doom and gloom. All this didn't pass. And it's like, it doesn't really pass all that much the other way. Right. Nope. So except for Biden, who did actually open the borders for 4 effing years. And you're like, whoa, he really did do something. But anyway, happy upcoming 4th.
You too, man. Celebration is a big deal.
Do you remember? I mean, it is kind of interesting that I was thinking about the other day. Not that I was really that old to remember it, but we had the bicentennial. You and I both lived through the bicentennial. I don't really remember. I was like 10.
1976.
You were junior high, probably, right?
73. I was 13.
You were 13. Yeah. See, so, I can't remember anything particularly amazing about the bicentennial, except that it was a bicentennial, 200 years. I'm like, whoa, 200 years.
Cool quarter.
And they're like, China's been there for, 4,000 years. And you're like, oh.
That was a real cool bicentennial quarter, George Washington.
Yeah, it seemed like I had, it seems something. But now we're at 250 years,
Man, did that time fly by?
We won't see the next one, obviously. We won't see 300. But, the grandkids are where we were at 250. Or, 200, right?
200, yeah.
So now they're going to get to see 300. So, interesting.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And it's a damn shame that I won't be there because I should be there.
Who knows with the advances in modern medicine, man?
Oh no.
They might have a talking jar with you in it. They'd just be like,
50
hey.
years from now, I just assume be dead.
Yeah, maybe they got bodies they can put us in. You know,
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
no,
Pull us out.
It wouldn't.
New
Jeez,
body.
'cause then we'd have to have mate. We would get the first models that were all glitchy and like they would break down. Oh man, that would suck.
It'd be disabled in your new body.
Grandpa ran out of power again. It's like, oh, do we have to bring him? He's so
No.
heavy. It's such a
I
pain.
just assume be dead.
Well, let's go to space. All right, Eric. Here's the first space story.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
Space.com.
We're going space.
We're going to space. Now you're gonna like this one. I think you're gonna
Okay.
like this one.
All right.
So tomorrow, Wednesday,
Open mind.
NASA to launch a rescue mission on July 1st to save the Swift Space Telescope from burning up in the Earth's atmosphere.
I did see that on the news. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, I got a little video to explain it from
That's freaking
space.com.
awesome.
So got the editor from space.com's video. So he'll show you what I'm talking about. But an air-launched Northrop Grumman Pegasus XL rocket. I don't know if it's XL or if that's Roman numerals.
Scissor XL. I
Is
got
that
you.
60? Is that what is that
5
XL 60?
and an
L
X.
is 50, right? I don't remember.
X is
I don't
10, right?
Yeah, X is 10, but L is I don't know. Let's just call it Pegasus XL.
Cool.
It's scheduled to fly for the very last time early Wednesday morning on July 1st, sending a private spacecraft on a rescue mission to save one of NASA's most iconic space telescopes from falling back to Earth. Iconic? How many telescopes we got up there?
The only one I've ever heard of was Hubble. That's the only one I've ever heard of. It's the only one I've heard of.
Mirror problem. That's all I ever remember. But now they're saying the Swift telescope is iconic. All right. Never heard of it.
Me neither.
The Swift Boost mission will send the Link satellite built by Arizona-based Catalyst Space Technologies to grapple NASA's Neil Gehrels Swift Observatory and tow it to a stable orbit. It's actually pushing it to a stable orbit, saving it from impending destruction as its trajectory dips farther into the atmosphere. So it's on its orbit's obviously decaying, and every time it gets closer, it drags, right? It drags and slows it down. When it slows it down, it inches closer in. So
it gets a little hotter each time.
A little hotter, right? Link aboard the Pegasus will take off from Buckholes Army Airfield at Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands, secured to Northrop Grumman's L-1011 Stargazer jet. That's a good name, Stargazer.
Ooh, we need to see a picture of that.
I'll show you a whole video of it. Pegasus debuted in 1990 and has since flown 45 missions. Its aerial deployment and flexibility to take off from different airfields allows the rocket to enter hard-to-reach orbital inclinations that are inaccessible from many major spaceports. You know what an inclination is?
I have no idea.
Do you have any inkling what an inclination is?
I have an inkling, which is a thought that what it could be.
Well, the plane of the satellite's orbit around the Earth makes a plane, and how much that's inclined from the equator, the angle it is from the equator, right?
Okay.
So some are highly inclined, some are not so lowly inclined, and which makes that you have to launch from different points in the world. That's why we launch typically from Vandenberg north, and then from
Florida or Texas.
Florida we go east, right? So
where do we go from Texas?
Orbits,
South?
Right? They go east because they can go out over the Gulf because that's the least damage to any ground if something happens, right?
Gotcha.
So anyway, that's one of the reasons Pegasus is launching Link, a robotics servicing satellite that can reach Swift's low 20.6 degree inclination relative to Earth's equator. Another reason NASA chose the Pegasus rocket for this mission was time, which is running out for the Swift Observatory or Swift telescope. The $500 million Swift Observatory was launched in November 2004 to study gamma ray bursts and high energy events across the universe. Remember, iconic.
Yeah.
And despite its more than 20 years of operation, Swift is still providing scientific value. Its orbit, though, has begun to dip dangerously low, where recent solar activity has increased atmospheric drag at higher LEO altitudes and will soon overcome the spacecraft, dragging it to its ultimate device. So sometimes when you have all this solar activity, it expands the atmosphere. And so if you're hovering, you're skimming right outside the atmosphere and it expands up from solar waves and all that shit, it's like, oh, grab all these satellites. And they're like, oh, shit.
Here we go.
As soon as they start slowing down, their orbits start declining, right? So that's where Link comes in. After its release from Pegasus payload bay and initial systems checkout, the Catalyst spacecraft will begin its long course to rendezvous with Swift. Before beginning its final approach, Link will spend 2 to 3 weeks performing observations of Swift to assess optimal grapple points on the observatory. Link measures about 5 feet tall and is equipped with 3 robotic arms that will be used to capture Swift, which stretches about 12 feet. Once a grab point is chosen and Swift secured, Link will fire a set of gentle. I like how they put this in there. Link will fire a set of gentle ion thrusters that will slowly raise the pair's orbit over the next several months. So it's not going to be one big burn. It's just going to be kind of boost burns, right? Link is poised to be the first private spacecraft to attempt to capture an uncrewed U.S. government satellite. NASA selected Catalyst for this task in September 2025, with less than a year to carry out Link's design, manufacture, and testing. Despite its urgency and the relative short notice to get Link in orbit, the entire Swift rescue mission and launch only cost NASA $30 million. So the observatory that's up there is $500 million.
Yeah.
So we'll launch this little $30 million satellite to come up and push it. So
cool. Does Northrop Grumman own this rocket?
They own the let me see.
The reason I'm asking is I thought, when we talk about Elon Musk and SpaceX and Blue Origin and those guys, I didn't think there was something else that competed it, but this is a different scale.
Well, they own this rocket, and the rocket's air launched, right? So it's not off a rocket booster.
I got you.
Let me show you. Answer all your questions. This is the editor for space.com, so don't get all pissy with me, space.com, about using your material. But I am going to use your material. So
we won't tell anybody.
Hey, Space fans, it's Tarek Malik, editor-in-chief of Space.com, and I'm here at NASA's Wallops Flight Facility, where right behind me is an L-1011 Northrop Grumman plane carrying.
I don't know why he's talking so fast.
I guess this XL rocket that's going to launch the Catalyst mission to save the
Slow down,
Swift
take a
space
breath.
telescope. Let's go see it.
I know.
There it is.
So
there it is over there.
That's he's walking.
Now the rocket's actually already underneath the airplane. We're in Wallops Island, Virginia. Bet you didn't know there was a NASA center here, but there is.
Plane that's going up,
and
takes
there,
it up.
This
I
is
don't know how many feet.
Probably 50,000 aircraft. It's an air-launched platform.
Then it launches that rocket
into
with
space,
that satellite.
that are a little bit smaller. You don't need a ginormous rocket. There it is, the
Pegasus,
the last Pegasus XL rocket.
Pretty impressive that they designed the satellites to all
NASA
fold up together and then unfold to be this.
And the American flag, because it's the 250th anniversary. They said that they built this spacecraft in 250 days. Can you imagine that? NASA gave Catalyst a $30 million contract in September of 2025 So less than a year ago.
So there's Northrop's logo on this.
Build,
so this
and
is
then
how it
launch
works.
a spacecraft to the Swift Space Observatory,
Okay.
which has been in orbit for 22 years, since 2004. In
That
order
thing comes
to
out.
save it,
It's got its
by
little hand.
latching onto it with 3 robotic arms, use 3 Hall
Grabs it
thrusters
in the
to
ass,
then boost
starts
its
pushing
orbit
it.
up to something like, between 550, 600 kilometers.
Yeah.
Its original orbit.
That's cool.
And then leave it there so
Yeah.
that it can last, 5, maybe more years on its life. What's
Collect
happening
the
with the
data.
spacecraft is that it doesn't have any propulsion system on board. It launched into
Yeah.
orbit and then it got left there in 2004 to look for gamma ray bursts, the biggest explosions in the universe, to do a lot of follow-up observations for other other scientists too. To be like a first responder, when they see something flash in the night sky, then they turn this thing at it, and then they would go look at it. But I think
How iconic is that?
It's iconic. Absolutely iconic. So I know that was kind of silly that he said that. The article said that. But so all it has is just enough for thrusters to orient itself, but it has no rocket boost. So
Sure.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty solid. I mean, 30 million worth 5 more years on a $500 million satellite.
Makes sense.
Yeah, probably, because if you wanted to put something up there to replace it, I mean, now you're talking from scratch. You got to build a whole new thing. You got to pay for the rocket. You got to pay for everything else. And they're like, hey, this thing's still sending us good data, which is pretty. I mean, it's, there's probably not a lot of working stuff on it. It's just like, hey, I picture it, flash, send that data down to the ground. That's it.
Yeah.
You can stay.
And 30 million is not going to be used for anything else. They can't fix the VA with it, so they might as well go get this $550 million.
They don't even 30 million is not even what they come up short on the audit with. I mean, that's nothing. If they can come up 30 million short on the audit for the VA, oh man,
really good. He succeeded.
Yeah. So I thought you might like that. That's kind of cool that they're doing that. I'm glad that NASA's got that going on.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Navy. Remember we did that story about the Marine who was like smuggling ammo and weapons, and they were selling it on the black market. Remember that? It's like, how the hell is this guy doing?
Talented guy.
Well, here's some more talented guys from the Navy this time.
Oh,
right. Yeah. So a sailor, this from stripes.com, a sailor's fatal fall exposed drug ring aboard aircraft carrier USS Ronald Reagan.
Oops.
Right? And this went back all the way to 2023. A sailor's fatal fall in 2023 sparked a Navy probe that uncovered a drug distribution network aboard the aircraft carrier USS Ronald Reagan and led to punishment for 58 sailors, including, according to service officials and heavily redacted court records.
Wow.
The investigation resulted in 6 courts-martial, 24 administrative separations, and 28 cases of non-judicial punishment. That's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
Court records describe a network that used the U.S. Postal Service to ship hundreds of LSD tablets. LSD?
Well, everybody wanted to get a little freaking psychedelic.
I mean, man, that's still floating around, right? The Navy acknowledged in 2023 that an unspecified number of Ronald Reagan sailors were under investigation, but the extent of that probe did not emerge until records became public and recent Navy responses. The probe began after a 22-year-old boatswain's mate assigned to the carrier died March 13th, 2023, after falling from a Yokosuka barracks. So he wasn't on the ship. He was on a barracks, right?
Yokosuka barracks.
So
he was on a base somewhere?
Yeah. So he was just assigned to the Reagan. That's what I was assuming.
He
died on the Reagan.
Like he fell off the boat or something.
No, he fell off the barracks. And as we know, over in the Far East, the Marines like to climb barracks. Maybe they
like to hang out on the ledges too much, man.
Well, the Marines climb up. I guess the Navy falls down.
Yeah.
So. An autopsy found LSD in his system, and a search for the sailor's cell phone provided Naval Criminal Investigation Service, NCIS, agents with additional leads, according to a defense filing. So the death was the catalyst for the broader investigation, said Reagan spokesman Lieutenant Commander James Adams. Information and evidence uncovered by NCIS during the initial death investigation led them to uncover and dismantle a network of drug possession, use, and distribution.
Wow.
When you were a cop, Eric,
yes,
did you have any of these drug rings that you discovered?
Oh, for sure.
Or was it more just like individuals, they were smoking pot, got busted, carrying a dime bag?
No. We had one in Korea. The guy got caught at the gate trying to bring it in.
Okay. Yeah.
And then one thing started leading to another. The investigation along with us and OSI discovered there was like 12 of them that were trying to sell it on the market downtown in Korea to Koreans.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
How are they getting it? Did you ever find out?
I don't know. OSI took over the investigation. That was their business.
Is
But it
that
was
when
pretty big.
OSI comes down to the regular cops? I mean, you have investigate. Do you have investigators that are regular cops, not part of OSI?
Correct. Yeah. Each squadron has an investigation section. Now, most of those investigations revolve around some pretty petty stuff.
Stuff OSI doesn't want, right?
Correct. And then when we get into some good stuff, OSI calls and says, hey, can I have your 2 investigators? Because I want to use them for CI work, or I want them to do this, or I want them to do that. So
does OSI treat like the regular cops like we see in the movies, like when the FBI comes to the city police department, are like, we got it from here. Thanks.
there were always
Come on, you're retired, dude. You can spill the beans.
There were always some guys that were freaking a-holes, right? I mean, they treated everybody bad. But for the most part, you would find that OSI, prior to becoming OSI, most of them were Air Force cops. That's where
they come from, right?
Yeah, they wanted to do something different, so they got into more of an investigative role.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the most part, I had one of my best friends was an OSI agent, and he was really cool. We had some good time. And what we did was, if we came across something that we thought had a big deal, we would always slide it to OSI and see if they wanted to pursue it before we took it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and ultimately, if OSI takes it over, you're like, "Oh, that's a lot of paperwork."
I'm glad they have it. So I mean, it went both ways. It certainly.
The only one I ever had was when I was first in the Army. I was a lieutenant, and they were doing back then the health and welfare inspection. Right, that's what they called it, which is just looking for drugs, looking for any girls hiding in the wall lockers. It was pretty.
We found sexual toys. We found.
Oh my God! I bet
you wouldn't believe some of the things that we found.
We had
the dorms.
When I was first, I was like, what are we supposed to look? And I was brand new. I was second lieutenant, and I had this E7. He's like, I'll show you. And he knew this one guy, and I think they were trying to get him anyway. I don't know, but we went out to his car. Like, okay, we looked to a car. Trunk's clean. He's like, open that hood, pop the the air filter cover. Sure as shit, marijuana in there. I was like, God damn. He goes, they do it every time. They don't think anybody's gonna look in there. I was like, wow.
And they become amazingly creative. Where they could put this crap.
What can you remember? Anything off the top of your head that blew you away? Like, oh my God.
I found a water bottle in the console that had a false bottom.
Yeah.
That you could actually unscrew and would find the marijuana. I thought that was really creative.
Okay, that's pretty
bottom
smart.
of the water. Yeah. But just really creative stuff, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're either on duty or off duty. And back then, there was no internet, there was no video games, right? There was nothing but the TV and 3 stations. So, and you had to watch that in the day room, which would annoy you because you're watching with other people. So what are they going to do? Stand in line for the phone or come up with a creative way to do drugs?
Creative way
to do drugs.
Creative way. I mean, drugs go back, I'm sure, all the way to.
Oh God, right. Yeah, sure. I'm sure it goes all, obviously to World War II, but I don't know what's in World War One. I wonder. I'm sure they found something, right?
Well, I bet they did. Somebody was taking some illegal substances.
Bored military people, you got to give them something. So
yeah.
All right. So they were the biggest disclosure was over this Seaman Angel Tucker. He was one of the 6 that got court-martialed. His appellate record provided the most detailed account of the drug ring. He received 7 mailed shipments of LSD between February 2022 and May 2023. So a little bit over 15 months, each containing between 350 and 1,000 tablets.
God dang,
that's a lot. Man, that's a lot. Didn't say where they were from. So this, they did this story, but it's obviously the details are pretty redacted on it. Tucker, a damage control fireman, took the packages to a sailor's off-base home and distributed some of the drugs to sailors aboard the carrier. He also handled a package of mushrooms in a similar manner. He pleaded guilty to 7 drug-related offenses, including distribution, exportation, conspiracy, and introducing a controlled substance onto a military vessel.
He's not hanging out in Leavenworth. They just court-martialed him.
Well, there was a range of what they got.
Okay.
I think a lot of these guys, these 6 that they're talking about, I think got jail time. He was sentenced to 15 months confinement and a bad conduct discharge, but the confinement was later reduced by 6 months for his cooperation. So they all rolled over on each other.
I bet they did.
Yeah, but mostly it was possession and distribution, and using the mail, man. They use them. That's
Unbelievable.
Automatic.
Unbelievable.
Automatic. Let's see. So those 6 guys got courts martials. Another 52 sailors were disciplined in connection with the investigation for use of illegal substance. So there was, there different stages of what they got. They got a summarize, they got a full courts, or they got courts martials, or they got administratively discharged, reduced in rank, but 58. Imagine you're the commander of the Reagan, and he's like, okay, what's the damage? And like 58. 58 sailors. And he's like, oh.
And what makes it worse is if they were able to tie any of it to any mishaps aboard the Reagan.
Well,
somebody all being high.
They already got one, right? The soldier or the sailor who
fell
died.
off
That's what kicked him off. So, oh man,
crazy,
dumb guys,
dumb
baby.
guys.
Jeez.
I'm sure, was there any women?
It only listed out the 6 guys who got court-martialed.
Okay.
So, no women. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a women's thing
now.
No, to distribute drugs. They're busy with their OnlyFans on the ship, right? They have no time for the drugs.
Yeah,
right? So they're doing their own thing.
That's a good point. I make more money than you anyway selling drugs, than you selling drugs.
Could you imagine that when you were in and you're like, hey, somebody tells you like, hey, Airman Johnson over here, go see her on OnlyFans. I mean, you could never look at her the same way.
No.
If you had to work with her, you'd be like,
especially if she was one of my troops, I'd be like, oh my God, now what?
Yeah, if she was a peer, what would you do? Would you say something? Would you not say something? Would you go? Would you report it? Would you not report it? Would you just be silent and just drive forward and go?
What a great picture that was, sweetheart.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my God. And God forbid. I mean, it would seem. If you're a supervisor, okay. I mean, it's probably like finding out, hey, you got an airman who's out dancing on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
She's stripping on the weekends or something like that.
Yeah, prostituting or something.
Right, something like that. So they still haven't figured out what they're doing with all this OnlyFans stuff because they, as long as they're not the ones who get in trouble for are the ones who are wearing a stupid uniform.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, how big a pull do you think that is? I mean, it can't be that big of a. It's an ugly uniform.
No.
Speaking of which, did you see the? I was like, I can't bring this story up, but we can bring it up without talking about it. But Space Force is introducing their dress mess uniform. Now, we already hate the Space Force uniform. Anyway, right? The dress mess, I saw one quick glance at it. It looked, how they have those diagonal buttons, right? Dress mess looks like it's it's like a short jacket, with the long line of buttons, but it looks like it's supposed to be left open with all like the buttons running down. I was like, that's the dumbest looking.
I gotta see a picture of this thing, man.
Look it up, man. The Space Force dress mess uniform. You got to be really committed to wear that damn uniform.
Space Force mess.
Now, if there are some new Guardians out there who listen to us, like, hey, I like it. It's like, good, love it and run with it. Because I like the BDUs, and I knew old hat soldiers who were like, these BDUs suck. Put me back in a pickle suit. Those were a lot better,
It's an ugly uniform. I swear it looks like it comes off of like Starship.
If they had taken it off of one of the sci-fi shows. Like I said, they should have done some kind of techno branch song. They should have just like bought it. Just dive in and go total sci-fi with this uniform,
Yeah.
rather than like we want it kind of sci-fi, but we still want it traditional. It's like, no, screw it. Just go no tradition. We're going all off on our own. No,
You're a new force.
these guys hate us anyway, so we're gonna really piss them off and do something that we like. And they're like, nope, they came up with that abomination of the uniforms.
It's terrible.
Sorry for you, all you Guardians. Hopefully they'll probably change it 3 more times before you get out. So
as soon as the next administration comes in, it'll be changed. Or as Hegsworth is gone.
The great thing about it is you'll be required to purchase a brand new one every time
Of course.
they change the uniform.
Of course. It's just obscene.
So your uniform allotment will probably be just afford the pants. That's about all they'll give you enough money for. Then they'll change it on you. All right, Eric, in light of July 4th coming up, Saturday, this Saturday,
Quick.
we have this story from stripes.com. So not just in America, but a German city is going to celebrate America's 250th, even with all that troop uncertainty. So I left that out. I don't even care because that's all in flux. When Trump said, I'm pulling troops out of Germany, it's like, no, we're just talking about a Cav unit. Well, maybe we'll just leave people there. So anyway, we won't talk about that at all. But a German city, for those of you who have deployed over there, a German city located near a major U.S. Army training hub is throwing its first ever 4th of July bash to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, while uncertainty over the size of the U.S. presence there persists. I don't even know why I read that. We're not even going to go into that.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you feel that the city is doing this because they want to keep the troops there? That they're trying to influence the fact that, hey, we're big supporters.
I don't know.
We're going to do this for you. Keep your troops here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they've had enough trouble with troops over the decades that we've been there, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Fucking drunk Americans.
Loud, obnoxious Americans.
But they're willing to go out and do it. It's first ever. It's not like they do it every year, and this is just a continuation of it. There might be an appeal to Trump to go, hey, look, we love you guys over here.
Yeah.
We love your money even better, but we love you guys too.
Don't pull
so
us.
Who knows? But that's pretty cool. I've got a little flyer from it. It's kind of neat. I'll show you here in a second. Weiden, located just over 10 miles southeast of U.S. Army garrison Bavaria's Tower Barracks in Grafenwehr, will host an Independence Day celebration on Saturday at 6 in the Old Town area. Mayor Benjamin Zeitler said Tuesday, just today, I think. The event will feature live music, July 4th themed activities and decorations, American food and drink specials from local bars, restaurants, and cafes, as well as participation from local retailers, tattoo studios, and other businesses, according to an event flyer.
Pretty cool.
Go get your American tattoo from a German tattoo artist.
I'm sure that'll turn out fine.
To say, right? That's better than the goofball I went and got my tattoo from. But if you could say, oh, German gave me this, I'd be like, interesting.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, at least you got a story with
it.
Yeah. City officials and local business owners came together to plan the event in honor of the close relationship between the German American communities as talk of possible troop reductions at the Bavarian garrison continues. Mayor Benjamin Zeitler said for many decades, Weiden and the neighboring U.S. military community in Grafenwehr have shared a close and trusting relationship. Thousands of American service members, civilian employees, and their families are part of everyday life in our region. With this celebration, we want to express our appreciation for that friendship. Many Americans at the Bavarian garrison chose to live in Weiden and patronize local businesses due to its quality nightlife and proximity to the base, making the U.S. military community an important contributor to the local economy. Beyond the economic impact as a people we would miss out, the mayor said. He added their mutual respect and trust had grown over generations based on daily encounters and shared values like commitments to freedom and democracy. And you know,
and all those guys landing on the freaking climbing the building,
jumping out of balconies, and they're like, God damn it. Annalena Hosted, owner of Weiden Hotspot Steak Lounge and Das Luis, And an organizer of the event said the celebration was the community's way of saying thank you. The 2 restaurants were offered a selection of fine whiskeys at the event. We realize how much the American community has contributed to our region over the years. Our goal is to create a special evening that brings the American and German communities together while celebrating Independence Day.
Nice.
So, yeah, I thought so. I thought that was
I like it.
cool. So let me show you the flyer, right? Let me make this big. Disappear.
American style.
So, oops, I forgot to take that off. So yeah, it looks like an American flyer, right? And you're like, American style, kommen an special Skiern. It's all German underneath. I'm like, oh, shots and drinks for alle Gäste, American style. However they do it.
Great poster though. I like
But
it.
look at that last one with the American heart. Gemeinsam feiern.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't know what it is, but so there it is, in Weiden, Germany. They
That's
are
a
going
hell
to
of a thing,
celebrate
man.
250 years of America. So I thought that was kind of cool, right?
Be kind of cool if some of the other cities around our bases help support it. That'd be pretty neat, man.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Right?
Right? As long as
Why
we've been
wouldn't-
supporting your freaking economy and stuff around there.
Yeah, sure.
Raising
right,
hell
right,
in your city. Come on.
right. I mean, if we had, we do that for when Jake and I worked at the MCS. There was a contingent of Brits, Aussies, and British, Australians, and Canadians. And so whenever one of their holidays would come around, we were like, "Yeah, we'll go drink with you." I mean, we did that all the time anyway. But
Sure.
it was like, hey, the Canadians will walk around, like one of the ones. What was that? What was that? That flower they wear on? I think it's Memorial Day, right?
I don't know.
They wear a certain red flower. I'm sure somebody's yelling it at if they're listening to this podcast, and I can't remember what it's for, but it's that's one of their days. Aussies and Brits have their own days too. So yeah,
Okay.
it's like
Cool.
yeah, I don't begrudge you. Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, we
I'm here
celebrate
for
Cinco de Mayo.
Yep. Not
Really,
anymore.
any reason any reason to celebrate
For a party,
drink.
count us in. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You talk about how they've Valentine's Day is just a marketing thing. It's like, okay, yeah. Well, so's Cinco de Mayo. I mean, my God, Cinco de Mayo was just a battle. It wasn't even their Independence Day. So
Tequila.
they have turned that into craziness. So, do you want to do an unheralded history, Eric?
I do. I'd like to really talk about this one because it's sort of close to my heart.
Good.
This is pretty neat. So, a little background. I have an uncle, married my aunt, which is my mom's sister. And for many, many years, I did not know about this story. And then, I don't know, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, he opened up one day at one of our family gatherings and talked about, and I believe it was his cousin or uncle who had won a Medal of Honor.
Wow.
And so he sort of told me the story. So I wanted to pass that story along, which is
Hell
really,
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Love this guy. My uncle that told us the story passed away last year. So I really wanted to honor him by getting his story about his cousin or uncle. I think it's his uncle, one or the other,
right.
to talk about. So let me give you this guy's story. Pretty amazing. I really thought it was pretty cool. So this guy, his name was Owen Hammerberg. He was born May 31st, 1920 from Daggett, Michigan, and he died February 17th, 1945. Joined the
25
Navy.
years? Wow.
Yeah. Dropped out of school, hitchhiked out west to work on a ranch before enlisting in the Navy on July 16th, 1941. Following his basic training in the Great Lakes Training Center near Chicago, he was assigned to the USS Idaho and USS Advent, where he spent several years doing miscellaneous items. He then attended the U.S. Navy's Deep Sea Diving School. And I always get that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah. So tough school, right? Tough school.
I wish they would have gotten more into the school rather than the social issue with that. But
Yeah,
that was, you're
pretty
right.
cool.
That was great.
Boatswain's mate, second class Hammerberg, was signed to the U.S. South Pacific Fleet Salvage Unit at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. On February 17, 1945, Hammerberg was a member of a dive team that was tasked with raising a sunken LST from 40 feet of water in West Loch, Pearl Harbor.
Oh, wow.
During the salvage operation, 2 of his fellow divers became hopelessly trapped.
Say that again. It seemed like it glitched there for a second. During the what? Start that sentence again.
Okay. During the salvage operation,
Okay.
2 of his fellow divers became hopelessly trapped by underwater wreckage that was interfering with their attempt to tunnel beneath the LST using jet nozzles.
Oh my God.
I don't get how they're doing that, but I'm sure it's blowing sand. When the call went out for volunteer divers to help in their rescue, BM-2C Hammerberg suited up and spent 5 hours underwater in the muddy, dark water before successfully rescuing George Fuller. When Hammerberg went back down to rescue Earl Brown, the second trapped diver, a large steel plate slid through the mud toward them. Hammerberg deliberately took the brunt of the plate on himself to save Brown's life.
Oh, wow.
Ow. As a result, Hammerberg was slowly crushed to death. It took divers another 73 hours before they were able to successfully rescue Brown and recover Hammerberg's body. His remains were returned home and laid to rest at Holy Sculpture Cemetery in Southfield, Michigan.
Wow.
For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his own life above and beyond the call of duty, BM-2C Owen Hammerberg was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. His medal and uniform are on permanent display at the museum, and that museum is in Detroit, I think.
Yeah.
Hammerberg Road in Flint, Michigan, the Hammerberg Playfield in Detroit, West Chicago, and Wyoming Avenues. And they named a USS Destroyer escort after him, USS Hammerberg DE-1015. Were all named in honor of Owen Hammerberg.
Wow.
Yeah. So great story. Pretty amazing guy.
Look at that guy.
Good looking fella too. Wasn't he?
Oh, no kidding, man. I mean, I know they dress that picture up. You know, they've cleaned it up.
I'm sure.
But it's still him. I mean, it's just like, wow.
You know, back then you had the big weighted shoes and the big dive bell helmet.
Right.
It wasn't, and if your lines got entangled, or man, you run the risk of drowning every time you went down.
Yeah, they had the airlines, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
and you had a guy monitoring it the whole time.
How long was he? I mean, they couldn't get to him for 73 hours? Or if they could get to him, they couldn't get the plate off, right?
Right.
Oh my God. You just they're dying.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't
Slowly.
move crushed.
And it's funny because
it's horrific.
You know, he saved the other guy's life, who they in turn also saved him by taking the brunt of this piece of wreckage.
Right. But then he's pinned and dies. Oh,
he dies.
3 days, right?
Yeah,
basically
crazy.
3 days he's pinned under there.
Yep.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Hard story. Again, it's amazing what people will do.
Yeah, glad he got recognized for that.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I mean, is there anything more terrifying than to be a diver and get trapped?
I can't imagine, man.
Oh my God. I mean, yes, there's many more things to be terrified about. But that's one of the worst, it seems like.
Well, and like I said, I wanted to honor my uncle and get that story out about his uncle, which is pretty freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, it was perfect. Absolutely.
Cool.
Well done, Owen Hammersberg, right?
Owen Hammerberg, right on. Good job.
Hammerberg. Well, Eric, let's go buy some fireworks and get ready for the 4th, shall we?
See if we can start another fire here in Colorado.
Yeah.
We got them burning all over the freaking place.
I thought my daughter was telling me you were getting some smoke there, but I was like,
oh,
is that from the Utah fires? Because I know Utah is all burning up right now, right?
Uray has got a bad fire.
Oh, it
Aspen's got a
does.
bad fire. Yeah.
Where'd you say
it's
Vasquez or
Aspen.
Aspen?
Aspen
Oh.
does. Uray is the other place, and I think there's actually one down south too.
Oh,
They're
man.
cooking. Yeah.
Really? Because she was telling me how smoky the air was, and I was like, "Oh God, yeah."
It's been bad.
I remember being there when the California fires. We got all that smoke too.
Yeah.
Right? Remember that?
In fact, Utah, I saw in the news tonight where they banned smoking outside of your vehicle. Period.
Oh, really?
You can't smoke outside. It's
Oh
so
man,
dry.
man.
You got to be in your vehicle or in your house or something like that.
Well, Colorado's always in a drought. It's always under fire threat. Yeah, no fireworks. Oh,
We
wow.
are cooking.
Yeah. Well, should we end up there?
I believe so. Let's call it.
All right. On behalf of Eric and I'd like to thank you for listening today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know how we did in the comments. And make sure next week that you are not
late for changeover.
Eric, it's good to see you, and we'll see you. It won't be unprecedented. We're going back to the old days where we were going to do the podcast side by side. Right?
That'll be interesting, won't it?
Maybe Jake will be back from the Far East. I don't know. Yeah,
We miss old Jake.
So we got to throw a shout out to Jake.
Yep.
And Eric, have a good week. And to all those listening and watching, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next week.
Right on, brother. Have a good one.